What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Family Circle Podcast.
Yes, he's got it right this time.
Got it right this time. Episode what? 9, 10.
10, I think.
10 episodes.
Are we double digits?
And we still ain't even
got we didn't even get a part, like a cake. I said we was going to get a cake for this episode.
Cake?
Like a surprise. Happy birthday, 10th.
I don't
Double
think
digits.
it requires that, man. 10 episodes and we yet to have a guest on this show. Oh my gosh, unbelievable, isn't it?
Well, might stay tuned for the next one because you might be in for a shock of a guest.
Might
maybe.
be. You know, people
Can you
definitely...
count the kids as guests? I'm counting the kids as guests.
The kids don't count as guests. They don't count as guests because obviously they're in this. This is the Family
But they're
Circle
not.
podcast.
They're not in this.
They're not in it all the time.
Exactly.
Do you know, we have thought about putting them in it, like making more podcasts and having ones where like everyone's in it. Except for Tiago and Marcelo.
Additional to these podcasts.
But then I'm just thinking, is it going to be too much noise? Too loud?
They don't know how to, like, they'll speak over each other. They won't speak
that's
like...
the thing. Like Lorenzo does it even when he's sitting here.
I know, yeah.
He just jumps in. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if everyone could be in it.
Everyone wants to speak. I jump over you sometimes because he talks so much. He always talks about me.
I know. Maybe we could do it and see how it works. I don't know. Maybe we could
Give it a go.
Give it a go and stuff. But
why not?
Yeah, man. Weeks are flying by, man. Weeks are going by so quick.
Say that
ones,
though. It feels like that's what you're going to say about the Tiago and Marcelo.
I was about to say Tiago and Marcelo.
I feel like I've been off for 6 weeks.
They're coming up to the second week.
Yeah.
Obviously, they go back to school on Monday. Do you know what though? Tiago and Marcelo haven't done much work, you know. They haven't done any work actually at all.
What, schoolwork?
Schoolwork.
They're on holiday.
Yeah, I know, but didn't you say today that they were going to have to do some schoolwork?
Well, the thing is, they don't have to. I sometimes feel like because they've been off and they've been playing loads of games and stuff, whatever, that they need to then do some math. But because they're so young and Tiago just walks back into it like it's nothing.
I know, but the thing is though, say for example, now they're in there playing Roblox.
Yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're going to get used to that in it because they've been doing it for 2 weeks straight, more or less.
Yes.
And then when they go back to school, it's like, okay, we're playing catch up again.
No, because I feel like Marcelo is Marcelo. We know Marcelo. But Tiago though, he's very eager to learn anyway. And he always has to be the best at everything. So he's going to walk back into class and he's going to pick up exactly where he left off.
I know. I think we're going to have to give him something before they go back though.
Yeah, he'll do some like math seeds or whatever it is, or reading eggs or whatever.
Seeds.
So they do this thing on maths.
Oh, is that?
Yeah,
okay,
They do stuff. They do stuff. They have stuff on their iPads and that.
Yeah, I think because they've been playing
but
so
holidays
much
holidays are for chilling and relaxing and having fun.
It is, yeah, but I don't think it's for sitting at a computer screen.
Oh, he's 7.
Do you know what I'm saying?
He's
Romelo
7.
was bad with that.
Yeah, he was.
He was, oh my God. Romelo, who is 21 now, was a disgrace in front of that computer screen, man. Do you know what? He had signs from when he was young, you know?
Yeah.
When he was little, like 6, 7, yeah? He was
3, 4.
Yeah, he was crazy into games from then.
Yeah.
All he wanted to do is play games all the time. Driving games.
Never used to put him online when he was like 3, yeah? And he used to beat adults in races, remember?
Yeah, I put him in one race. I put him on a race one time. Yeah. Online. On Forza. I think it was Forza. One of the first ones, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he beat the adults. He won the race.
Yeah, he did.
Crazy.
He's mad.
You know, he come up to me the other day, yeah, and he was like, "Oh, do you know what? I want to do this driving scholarship thing. Do you know what I mean? Some racing scholarship, get my driver's license, my racing license rather."
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, don't you think you've missed it now? It's a bit too late, isn't it?"
He's 21. He hasn't missed it. You acting like he's your age.
No. What I'm saying is,
I think in life, if them kind of things, yeah, you'll probably be surprised the amount of people that probably do it later on in life as like a hobby.
Of course,
he's more thinking serious.
But I said this. He should have done that
a long time ago. You said it ages ago.
Listen, I sat there, yeah, researching so many different things, yeah. All these different things, all these licenses he could get. Yeah. He could go down to Silverstone and whatnot, all these other places, yeah. And he can get some licenses for different types of cars, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when I think it was either before we passed the driving test,
yeah,
or just after he passed the driving test,
yeah.
Because a lot of them, you don't even need to have a driving license.
Yeah, it's a separate license.
So I'm sending him all this stuff and that. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, looks good and that." Doesn't even action it, man.
Do you know what
What's he doing?
He doesn't like the theory-based learning. So like, obviously, everything there's tests, and obviously he doesn't do well with tests. He always struggled with tests. Like, even though he could do it, I feel like he always doubts himself. He has that negative aura about it.
I agree.
Stick him in a car, and he's probably the best person there.
I don't know about that. He's decent.
He's really good. He's good.
Do you know what? He's good. So I'll call out here.
He always does the same
He's good,
thing.
but it's relative, innit?
No, but the thing is, he's gone and done like He's jumped into competitions on a random ones and he's won them.
Yeah, but Tara, but that's like we're talking about Albury go-karting.
No, our go-karting places is gone.
These are not regional.
He went to that car fest thing at NEC, jumped on the simulator thing and come first.
Yeah, but do you not go on?
Against all these people who are racing.
It's like saying, okay, then you're a good football player. Okay, you might be good there at goals on a Sunday or whatever you're playing, yeah. trust me, as soon as it becomes a thing where people live it and they're doing it every day and it's their life, it's a different level.
No, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you don't know because he's never competed at a level.
I'm not saying he's not good enough. I'm just saying you'll be surprised. Racing cars and driving karts, that's things that people have done when they're young, you know. I said this to him the other day, like Tiago's age, like 6 and that.
Oh,
they've been driving
cars,
but they do that like how we think about football, how Lorenzo thinks about football.
Yeah.
That's their life. How are you going to jump in a car now and race with people that have been racing?
But that's like saying then that that it's impossible to get a scholarship from grassroots football.
No, but you're playing it every day.
Yeah, but you're not playing it at the high level.
Yeah, but you might train for it every day.
But he
doesn't train for it every day.
No, but what I'm saying is you can just come into things, and be naturally talented at it and be better than people who've done it all their life. I hear what you're saying,
but even with that, even with the grassroots making it into academy football, happens. But obviously, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it happens a lot, but it's not like one of the things where like all of them go into academy. It's like 1 in 1,000 probably.
No, I'm
probably even less than that.
I'm not saying that it happens all the time. I'm just saying sometimes you just never know. There's somebody that can come in to do something.
Yeah, but what kind of player, what kind of academy player would it take, grassroots player would it take to go into an academy? It would take, a grassroots player to be on it every single day, care about football, care about the nutrition, be going to the gym, be practicing in the garden every single day.
Did someone join into Lorenzo's team that's come from grassroots?
Yeah, but they've been in different places. They've been playing at different they've been going to different coaching and stuff like professional coaching. Like it won't just happen for you. You got to be on it in order for it to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to just walk in. Like me now, I feel like I'm decent at football. I feel like it because that's what I'm playing all my life. But if I want to go and play, like even non-league or something, I'll get done.
Yeah.
You might think you can do it, but trust me, there's people out there.
No, I don't know. I'm not saying
serious.
I'm not saying that he'd walk in and he'd be the best. What I'm saying is, I think sometimes you just don't know until you put into that situation. You actually don't know. Actually, do you know what?
Yeah.
The level actually isn't that crazy high, or you can actually I think
it's wishful thinking. You never know. I might have a chance in the Premier League. You just never know. Maybe it's not as high as we think it is. I don't know. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
We do know.
No, well, you can say
it's proven.
You can say that with anything,
Nathan,
though.
Guys, listen. All I'm saying is, after you watch Family Circle, head over to 90+2. There should be a video live, right?
Yeah.
Don't watch any of the video. Just listen. Listen to the breathing. Listen to the breaths.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, man, weeks are going super fast. Kids have been at school, though. Seems like for an eternity.
Yes.
They're going back. Not much has happened in school holidays, man. It's been a bit boring. Like, we were talking into the arcades, me, you, and Tiago.
We haven't done much.
We haven't done anything, though.
We haven't done much. And in all fairness, one of the ones, like, I think because it's the twins' birthday on Monday.
Yes.
They're going to be 14. And then it's Marcelo's birthday in August. We usually do like a bigger family holiday then.
Yeah.
The only problem is at the moment is Lorenzo starts his scholarship at the end of this month and he can have no time off.
Well, they've said apparently you can't go on holiday. Well, you have to let them know like ages ago. So the time has passed.
Yeah.
We should have already let them know if we were going on holiday.
Yeah.
So once his scholarship season starts,
that's it.
He can't go on holiday.
He's locked in.
He's there. And it's something like before, you'd be like, okay, what can Birmingham say? Do you know what I mean? If you're taking on holiday, he misses games, what are they going to do?
Which you've never done though.
I know, yeah.
But you know that.
Could do that though. You know what I'm saying?
You could do that, and people have, but we never have.
He's always been there for
You've always prioritised his football.
Yeah. But now he's going to be an employee of Birmingham City. It changes things a lot.
Making that moolah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So now you can't just take him out because obviously he works for the team, innit?
Yeah.
So it's one of them ones now.
He's going
to have to be. We're going to have to go on holiday without him.
I know, it's going to sound crazy, but we are. Marcelo's birthday.
So Melo might have to take his place? Seriously?
Melo might have to look after him, what you mean?
Oh, yeah. do you know what? Would you trust him here for a week? Trust Lorenzo?
No.
He's old enough to stay for a week, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Would you trust him?
No.
What do you think would go wrong? If something would go wrong with Lorenzo here in the house for a week, what would it be?
I feel like somehow there'd be some sort of flood of some sort. I can just imagine water. I can hear water.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I don't think
something
so,
silly.
man.
Like he'd probably go and have a shower or something and not turn the shower off properly, then go out to play football with his mates, come back, and the bathroom is in the kitchen.
Oh my God, that would be absolutely crazy, innit?
Or somehow
that would happen.
Somehow the dog would get loose.
Yeah.
And the dog's like gone AWOL or something's happened.
AWOL? Oh, what do you mean AWOL? Like lost?
Not lost because she's a German Shepherd. She'd know to come home. Just something would happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Like something would happen at the wrong time.
Yes.
Like when you said about the shower,
yeah.
I can imagine something be wrong with the actual pipes or something.
Yeah.
Just as we're not there.
Yeah.
And everything would leak into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then the ceiling would fall through. That's what would happen.
Yeah. Something.
Do you know what I mean?
Something like that would happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him anyway.
I would come back and something serious is broke. Something like come back and there's no electrical something, and something's blown or something. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. There's no way.
Mello, on the other hand, he would have been fine to be left here. I'm pretty sure he has been left here.
Do you know what? Melo's not really adventurous like that.
No,
though. He would just stay in the room, play games. You know what I mean? So he'd be fine.
Dog would be fed because he looked after the dog.
Yeah. Lorenzo, he's a bit more of a, I'm not calling him a risk taker, but he's not
a risk taker.
He's not a risk taker at all.
I actually don't think he'd cope on his own mentally.
No, I don't think he would.
He has to be he's a social person.
Yeah, he's proper social.
His battery has to be full.
Yeah. The thing is, though, obviously, he'd be going to football, though. He'd just be coming back in the evening.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But then again, he's a sibling.
All right, then ask you another question. Would you trust him then? Yeah. See, because his friends came and stopped over a couple of days.
No.
That's one thing.
Okay. No.
So would you allow him to stay here for a week with a couple of his teammates?
No.
I wouldn't allow that.
No way.
No way.
They
came and stayed last week. Lorenzo had over 3 of his friends from academy, and they were so well behaved.
Yeah.
I'm saying it like they're like 10 years old. They're big
16-year-old boys.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they were had manners.
We had no kids. We had no Sienna, Tiago, and Marcelo. They'd all gone to my mum's to stay over. So it was literally just me, you, and Lorenzo and his teammates.
Yes, but didn't make any noise.
Didn't hear. The only thing, because obviously Lorenzo's bedroom's above this living room, and you can hear. I don't know what it is.
When you walk around,
you can hear banging. It's like it's extra loud for some reason there.
Yeah.
So you can hear them walking because obviously they were on the VR and they had the vest
but it wasn't
on
loud
and that.
though.
But it wasn't loud because we don't sit in here anyway.
No, not really. We rarely come in here, but yeah. But they were really well behaved.
Really well behaved. They made sure there was locked and loaded with snacks and everything that they needed and that. And they were good. Like, I said, want anything from the shop? And then there was like asking for like just drinks and stuff. And that was it.
No, they were good. Weird though. Why were they outside in the garden at like 1 o'clock in the morning?
They were play fighting and playing basketball and playing football. I was in bed.
In the dark?
Yeah, they had their phone lights on.
Did they?
So they all had their phone lights on. You know what kids are like, innit?
Yeah, I know.
It's just a random thing, innit? It's just excited. They were just excited. The funny thing is, right, I said, what do you want to eat? Whatever you want, just let me know and I'll order it. And they had pizza in the end. And I said, obviously, you can take it upstairs. And then literally, I'm going upstairs. I don't know what I'm going upstairs for. And I'm looking at him like, come on, Lorenzo, where's the Hoover and that? Like,
they were going to clean up.
And then Garvey came down with the boxes and that, put them in the recycling and stuff. I was like, use that like proper like.
Yeah.
Sienna now and Soraya, when they have their cousins and stuff over and their friends over and stuff, it's like everything gets left until they go. And then when they go, the twins clean up.
Hang on. Whilst we're on that subject of sleepovers, are the twins not having a sleepover for their birthday? Because they've been asking for it, haven't they?
Everything's all over the place. I had texts this morning from Sienna, I don't get texts from her. Usually I get grunts or whatever. And it's like, so the twins have their own friends at school. So they have the same friends.
But
they have the same friend group and then they have friends split off it. So that's fine. And obviously Sienna has her football friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, so basically, if you wanted to, because Lorenzo had a sleepover with his friends.
Yeah.
They always have their cousins over sleepover. So if you want to have some school friends over, sleep over on a Saturday, come like late Saturday afternoon, sleep over on the night, and then we'll take you out somewhere on the Sunday, like a theme park or something. So that was the original plan. And I was like, okay, pick a friend each. Can't have a full house because we already have other kids in the house anyway.
Be in the house at the time, so it's going to be impossible.
So I was like, one of their friends are gonna come, but they're not gonna stay because obviously they don't really stay out at people's houses, which is fine because our kids don't either. We know what it's like anyway. So I was like, that's fine. She's gonna come and stay till late. And then it's like, they're throwing out all these names. And I'm like, it's the first time I'm hearing certain names of certain people.
Like you never heard of them
Yeah,
before.
but you know one of them ones where you're like, who? Like, is this a new friend into the... Like, I'm not being funny. Obviously, we work from our home. Our home is our home. Our home is our place where we come away from... When you're outside, you expect to see people and greet people and say hello and take pictures and stuff. But when you're in your house, you're so used to your own little circle and your own family that when people come in, you don't know.
Make exceptions, though.
Like Lorenzo's friends that came over.
We know them.
We've known them from little.
Yeah.
Well, most of them from little. If not, we've known them from. Do you know what I mean? We see them how many times a week and their parents. I know, but I feel like when you don't.
That's not fair though.
No, but do you know what it is for me? It's like if you meet them, if they're going out with them and they're going up to like Merry Hill or they're going up somewhere to eat and you see these friends often and you say hello or whatever. But when it's like kids just out the blue, and because obviously we have our. Obviously, Tiago and Marcelo here and our personal space. Like, I don't like to really, obviously there's house rules. And when people come to the house, there is rules. Obviously, people can't just walk around our house like FaceTiming all their friends. They go, look where I am at blah, 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 whose house am I? But you have to be like, I don't know. I feel like the one friend who's not staying over, if she was staying over, that would be fine. I've met her a few times. I've seen her parents. I've met her parents. And that's fine. But I feel like it's like having a stranger in your house.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I just feel like it's a little bit like, I don't know. And because we live and work from home, we're always here. It's like weird. I don't know. So I was like, there's certain friends that Sienna has that I've known for a long time through their football.
Yeah.
And I was like, if they were staying over, it's perfectly fine. But it's just when I'm getting random names thrown at me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. It's hard though because you can't not do it though.
No.
You just have to keep the circle small.
So if it was like, they were coming for a few hours in the evening, going to do like s'mores and watch a movie, and then they was going home.
Yeah.
And you was meeting them for the first time, that's fine because you can kind of like, do you know what I mean, meet them and say, I mean, obviously they get to know you as a person and whatever.
Yeah.
But because they're coming for the first time and then sleeping over.
Honestly, I think if they're going to do it, you just have to lay down the law straight away. So when they come into the house, you just have to, I have to go in and tell them in a fun way.
Yeah.
But you have to, do you know what I mean? You just got to say, there's no this, there's no that, there's no that.
Yeah.
But have fun.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
There's no problem. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think it's hard because you can't allow Bug to do it. And then obviously them not when it's their birthday.
Yeah.
Just because we don't know the kids, but I get it. I wouldn't have a whole heap of kids running around here. Probably two though. It's fine.
Yeah. It's hard. The harder thing obviously is because obviously we are a YouTube family, a popular family. A lot of their friends that they've gone to this new school are fans of the family.
I know, but
that for me, it's that angle of it. Obviously,
I know, but the thing
you can't
is,
say pick friends that don't know who we are.
The twins, they're still people and they still have friends. So you shouldn't be stopped with them from doing what
No, I'm not saying to stop it. I'm just saying it's that for me. It's that the barrier of getting through that.
But if you do that, that's what I'm saying. We have this conversation before on this, isn't it? If you start doing that, that means you're making it different for the kids. And we don't want it. We've always said we don't want to make things different for the kids. Because obviously we want them to be as normal as possible. Yeah. So as soon as you start doing that, then it's like, okay, then we can't do normal things there.
No,
we can't have a sleepover because we do YouTube. So now the YouTube is a disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Do you get what I'm saying?
For me, I've always been like with the twins, I've always been like making sure I'm like, have friends, as many friends as you want to have friends. Sarah don't keep many friends. She has a small, I think you can count her friends on half a hand.
Yeah.
Her friend.
Yeah.
Seeing her friends, everybody.
Different age groups and all that.
She friends everybody from older to younger. She's a social butterfly. She likes friends.
She's proper
so
friendly.
I'm always very conscious of just like, make sure your friends are your friends because they like you and they want to be your friend. Not that they're friends because they see that you are popular or they see that you have certain things or your brother's who he is and stuff like that. I say just be mindful. Yeah. And Sarai is very...
Why's your heart thing's gone up there? Popping off?
I'm only on 70 beats. 70 beats per minute. It's all right. I'm not having no palpitations. But like I'm always just mindful. Just be mindful. I'm not saying to be interrogating all your friends like who, like what. I'm just saying you kind of see after a few months.
But they've been there for a while.
They have been there for a while.
Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, what else been going? Oh, Sienna's been for a trial.
Yes. So Sienna originally football trial. So let me go back a little bit, a bit of a backstory. Sienna's played for a football team from, was she about 10?
Yeah.
About 10, 11.
Yeah.
She joined a football team, a local team, and we absolutely loved it. They played in the Central Warwickshire League, Premier League of the Central Warwickshire Football or whatever it is. Lovely team, run by a husband and wife. It was such a night. They always done really well. They were like a really good team.
Yeah, it was. The team, it was good.
Go on, speak on it.
It was good. Don't get me wrong. The girls together, they loved each other. Mm-hmm. That's so much fun. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm watching it from the outside, and I try not to get involved though with Sienna's football because obviously I know how it is with Lorenzo's football, and so when I'm going to watch Lorenzo's football, I know that obviously I'm not saying it's not serious for Sienna, but I know it's serious because it's academy football, isn't it?
Yes, totally.
So
different.
I'm watching it, and that's like I'm watching it differently. Mm-hmm. So then when I go to Sienna's football, it's like okay, then this is a hobby. Yeah, this is fun. Okay, because I don't know if Sienna wants to do this full time forever. Mm-hmm. So I've got to make sure the two are totally different.
Separate.
So when I'm watching things like training and that, and I'm seeing obviously what they're doing in training, and I'm seeing the way they're playing in games.
Yeah.
I know in my mind, these kids ain't going to get better. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously I'm not going to say anything because I'm just watching it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They weren't being coached to be academy players. They weren't being coached. They were being, don't get me wrong, they kind of didn't necessarily, they did need coaching, but they were such a good team.
No, you put them on a pitch, they were good.
Yeah, you put them on a pitch to play, they just do it.
I know, but the problem is, when you first start, obviously we're going to go deep into football, when you first start on small pitches, which they did, it's all good when you can run and go and shoot and score. Mm-hmm. When you start going 11v11 though, and you play against a team that's even a little bit organised, that's when you start to struggle.
Yeah.
And you could see it coming for ages because you're battering teams and then next year you're beating the teams just about. And then the year after that, it's like it's a tough game. Obviously, why is that? It's because everyone else has learned how to play in the system. Mm-hmm. And I could see that wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? However, they enjoyed it, so I ain't saying nothing.
They really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they really did.
So she played there for, I want to say 3 seasons.
Yeah.
3 seasons. Even Sarai joined on the last season, and then the team disbanded because the people who were running it decided they'd had enough. They'd done their bit. They had a daughter in the team, and the daughter didn't want to play anymore. But that wasn't the reason why they stopped it. They just wanted to they've been doing it for a long time.
They've been doing it for ages. To be fair,
and they just like look, if anyone wants to take over the team is there to be taken over, or if you guys want to move, whatever, just good luck. So everyone kind of separated. We went to go to a team, it didn't work out. It was a lot of hot air and no balloon. So we didn't end up doing that. And then Sienna and her friend ended up joining Birmingham City Foundation.
Yeah.
This is a paid thing. It was quite expensive to be honest.
Do you want to explain what this foundation thing is?
So Birmingham City Foundation.
I'm sick of hearing about these foundation ETC. What is it? What is it?
RTC,
ET. Listen, please don't be fooled. Guys, if you're listening to this, if you're paying to send your child to a real team, like I'll just say Man United, for example, and it's like RTC, ETC, and you're paying a lot of money every single month, and the training's not good, don't send your kid there just because of the name of the team. That's all I'm going to say. This is I'm not going to call it a scam. It's got to be developing the player. Mm-hmm. You can't just send your kids to a place because of the name of the team.
Yeah.
You might as well just take them to any grassroots team.
Yeah.
There's good coaches and some good grassroots teams, you know.
Yeah, no, I know that.
You know what I'm saying?
I know
it's
that,
like,
100%.
For me, it's a scam.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
Big time scam because they get people with the name of the team.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So Birmingham City Foundation is in the community. It's like a community-based, obviously they use Birmingham City's affiliation to obviously help boost, and they use their they use their logo, but they don't use the same.
Yeah.
So she joined over a friend. It was twice a week training, hour and a half. They went into the JPL, which is like a next level above not the JPL, the WJPL, the girls' league. It's next level above like the Central Warwickshire. I think it's as high as you can actually go. Until you, if you're not in an academy.
There's some decent teams in there.
Decent teams from all over the place, and
like
she
Villa
joined.
Was in there, isn't it?
The Villa, the year below.
Who else is in there?
West Brom, which are now a foundation, not an academy. They were in it.
Yeah.
Wolves were in it as well.
Was that the year below?
Stoke. No, I think it was Wolves, same age.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Stoke. There was a couple of good teams in there that weren't in the academy group, because there's academy groups.
Yeah.
But obviously Birmingham City have the academy, so they're in the academy group. So basically she joined this team, and it was a big difference from the team she was at before. Bit more serious.
Yeah.
There was everyone was new. There were some girls that were younger. Everyone was trying to formulate a new team. She enjoyed it. They kept moving players around different positions, trying to see where there was. There was quite a few girls. I think there was like a squad of like 16. And after a while, she just started to not enjoy the style of it.
Yeah. I didn't like it when I used to watch it.
They were getting beat week in, week out.
Yeah.
Sienna was playing in different positions. Don't get me wrong, the position she played in, she was doing really good at, but it just wasn't her passion. She was very much she liked to set things up, go forward. Like she was like a positive player. And she just I could kind of see her month after month, just kind of just like, it become a chore.
Yeah.
It was long to get to. It was an awkward time.
Yeah,
I missed quite a lot of Lorenzo's football, and so that's the issue. But when you look on the grand scheme of things, you look back on it now, it was kind of like a bad decision.
Yeah.
For her joining there.
Yeah.
And she didn't finish the season there. She ended up leaving. We had a game, and she come off, and I just looked at her, and she looked so just deflated. And as a joke, I turned around to her and went, I bet you wish you could quit. Do you want to quit or something like that? She went, yeah, I do. And Sienna is not a quitter. And when it comes to football, she is not a quitter. So I didn't expect it. And then I literally told the coach there and then, and she looked like a weight just lifted off her shoulders.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
So she's been at home since then, and I said to her, do you want to get back into football? She's like, yeah, I want to get back into football. So she's been trying at a few places. She had a trial at Wolves this week.
Yes.
And she got a trial at Birmingham City Academy this week as well.
And today?
It's today.
Oh my God.
It's today. And then she's also got it on her birthday on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's trying around. She's going to try and find a team this season and try and, I think it's to go where you want to go rather than going what you're going for.
Well.
Oh, Warsaw. She's been playing with Warsaw.
I liked Warsaw.
There's a few Warsaw teams, so there's a few. I think there's like 3 in Sienna's age group.
Oh, okay. I like that. From the training I've seen, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, the training's really good. Yeah. It's local. The girls are nice. It is a year up though. It's the team she's joined. If she was to go, there would be under 16s next season.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, Sienna's only under 15s next season.
She's still 13.
She's still 13.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The Wolves trial went okay. She met loads of girls that she'd already known in the circuit. So you go there and you see all the same faces. But she enjoyed it. What might come of it, you don't know.
Yeah.
We won't find out for a bit anyway.
You know what's crazy? With Sienna as well, I feel guilty in a way because she hasn't had the training.
No, she hasn't.
So all the football she's done, it's just from us playing in the back garden.
Yeah, literally.
Like she's got better with playing against like Lorenzo in the garden and Melo in the garden. You know, she's never really had, she did at one stage have a bit of one-to-ones and stuff.
That was when there was homeschooled.
Yeah, but she's never had any training. No. But she still managed to do this well.
A natural ability and a natural urge to win. She hates losing.
Yeah. She's strong as well.
She's very physically strong.
Oh my God, the other day in the garden, played a 1v1. Me and Sienna, I think Lorenzo might have been in goal. Was he? Yeah, he was.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was tough. The garden's big, but you know what it is? Like, she's big and I'm big, innit? And like there's not that much width space. Yeah. So it's long, but there's not that much width space. Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, then snuck it in it. I'm taking the ball, put my body in the way. Bang! I'm off balance and that. Swear down. Like literally everything she does is so strong. So then I'm having to give a bit more. But like if I give any more, it's borderline like abuse. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So it's like she's hard to play against, man. I'm telling you. Mad strong.
When she's on it, when you get the full Sienna, like
she's proper
they used to
strong,
go to their old team. They used to go to tournaments and they used to dominate.
Yeah, it's about everyone.
So much so they got a kind of, I wouldn't say a reputation.
Yeah.
In their league, they was probably like the most. I want to say feared, but it was a team that everyone wanted to beat them to prove a point that they were stronger. Like they never had any issues. They never got player sent off or anything like that, but it always seemed like when any team played against us, it was like, oh, we've heard about you.
Yeah, I know. It's always the same thing. I know.
So Sienna's team was probably the only team in the league to have more than 3 black girls.
Yeah, I'd agree,
And it was kind of like we had that, I wouldn't say that was the reason why we had the
No, it always feels, for me, I'll tell you how it is. I'm going to give you my opinion. From what I see, it's not about that. I'm not saying it's that race thing. But, like, you are usually labelled a certain way. You know what I'm trying to say? You're expected to be probably more aggressive and more physical and fast. That's the way it goes in football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So then when you're playing a team that's not used to a fast press and strength, do you know what I mean? You're getting pushed a bit, or do you know what I mean? The tackles are 50-50, but it's aggressive tackles. It's fair, but you're not used to playing that week in, week out. So now you're like, hang on, these are dirty?
Yeah.
Because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So everywhere you went then, it was like, the team's thinking, okay, you look dirty. And everyone speaks in it.
Yeah.
So everyone will be like, you played that team?
Yeah.
They're dirty, innit?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think it was. I wouldn't say it's a race thing. I just think it's more of a stereotype than anything else.
We did have one incident where it was a race thing, and that was at that tournament, the Inkabura tournament. Do you remember?
Vaguely
and that was a thing, and there was things said there to the kids from parents. That were racial.
Do you know what's crazy? Yeah, basically, I've been at watching this football for years. Don't forget, I was
totally different, isn't it?
Yeah, I was out coach Melo's team. You know what I'm saying? So Melo's obviously 21 now. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That was going years, but Melo started playing football at like 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So good 15 years ago. Yeah. And then obviously Lorenzo in the academy, it's a little bit different because it's a bit more controlled on the side.
You ran a team for a season?
I ran a team. Yeah, I ran a team. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the girls' football, is completely different to boys football. The parents are out of control in girls football. And when I say this to people, they don't believe what I'm saying to them, you know.
Yeah.
They think you got to be talking rubbish. Why would girls football, why would it be worse with the parents? I'll tell you the reason why it's worse,
Dads
it's
and their
worse
daughters.
because it's dads and their daughters. Now, obviously, if you're a dad, your daughter is like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always want to protect your daughter.
100%.
So anything that happens on a pitch, you get dad saying something. If a parent says something on the sideline, dad's always arguing. It's that same thing all the time.
Yeah.
Now, I've only had one incident. I'm not going to call it an incident. You know what I'm trying to say? Basically, we was at a tournament, and one of the parents swore at Sienna.
It wasn't a parent, it was a coach.
Well, a coach and the other team. So I didn't hear him say it, but someone else told me. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And some of the other parents said, oh my God, he just swore at Sienna. I'm thinking, nah, you ain't doing that. So obviously I'm kicking off, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Don't forget, not acting hard or anything like that. It's just me one though. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's me one. And it's like, there's like 5 or 6 of them. Trashy people. I'm sorry, straight up, I'll tell you, it's trash people. And in the end, they should have got kicked out. They didn't get kicked out. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think the match might have got abandoned. I can't remember.
Ref was absolutely disgusted.
Oh, yes, the
with them.
referee. The ref was disgusted.
He said,
with
nah,
them.
I'm not playing this on.
Yeah.
He reported the team.
Yeah. They still played it on though.
They still played on. They should have been thrown out.
Yeah.
But he played on. They didn't go through or anything like that. I think they didn't get through whatever to the end or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was such a stupid thing. Like, do you know when people can't take it and then they forget that they're kids?
Disgraceful though.
Kids.
Why would you swear at a kid? It just don't make sense to me.
I know.
Do you know what I'm saying? Honestly, just different class of people though.
But yeah,
you know
so girls football
is
really bad. I was speaking to somebody about it the other day and I was like, it's the dads. Obviously, don't get me wrong, you get the mums arguing and saying things, but it's just like so petty and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's dads that just get so amped up.
Yeah, they do.
And then they literally are, it's like if their daughter gets fouled, they've got hurt.
Yeah.
You've hurt the dad.
Yeah, you've hurt the dad.
Do you know what I mean? And it's insane sometimes.
No, it's definitely worse.
Because Nathan never used to come that often sometimes. And I used to say things that had happened. And then when he came one time and he was like, whoa, this is just next level.
It's disgraceful.
It's insane.
It's been a couple times at Lorenzo's football. But more or less earlier on.
Yeah, when they was younger.
When they was younger, basically kids are trying to cut Lorenzo and that. And I'm looking over.
The parents tell him to do that.
And I can tell the parents are blatantly telling them to do it. But then obviously I've got a problem with the parent then.
Yeah.
So I should though, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? If it's one of them ones, if you do that, I mean, you got to fight then, innit?
Yeah.
Even though I don't condone that at football, but you can't tell, do you know what I'm saying? You can't tell your son there to go and hurt my son.
Yeah.
And 3 people are trying to chop him down. That's disgraceful, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing it's been for us, really.
Yeah.
Like people saying things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think most parents have probably had it at football.
Yeah.
It happens
There's
every
a girl
week.
that hit the girl that hit Sienna on the way, and it turned into a scuffle. Remember?
No, I don't remember
There was
that.
a game, and at the end, Sienna's team had won, and they walked to clap hands.
Oh, was I there?
You was there. Instead of clapping,
It's like shaking hands.
instead of shaking hands, she punched Sienna in the stomach.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
that.
Sienna just turned around instantly and just punched her.
That's disgraceful.
And then the parents were running on the pitch. I didn't know what was going on at first, and then I seen Sienna. And then because I told Lorenzo, you run on because you run and get your sister because obviously you're quicker than me. I don't know where you was you there?
I was there. I came on the pitch, didn't I?
Yeah, you went on the pitch because
who was I talking to though?
One of the coaches or one of the dads or something.
I think it was a coach. Yeah, I think I was speaking to the
He tried to turn around and make out like it's Sienna was the one who started it.
That's
but our coaches seen it happen.
Yeah.
And they said, no, she hit her. And then he was like, yeah, but she shouldn't have hit her back then. And you were trying to say, if I hit you now, you're going to hit me back.
Yeah,
and he tried to say he wouldn't hit him back.
Oh, just talking shit.
And he was like, you can't not turn around and say, if somebody hits you and you're a kid, you're not going to hit them back as a reaction, or you're not going to try and do something, especially if you're a confident person and you believe in your ability.
The thing is, I'll be annoyed, if Sienna didn't hit her back. I know this is probably not the right thing to say in this podcast, if I'm not being funny.
Everyone has their own way of raising their children.
I've been saying to my kids from day one, I don't care. I'll say you straight on this podcast, someone punches you in your face or fights you or is hitting you, you fight them back.
Yeah.
And if you come back in the house and tell me that someone's been fighting you and the same age as you, same build as you, and you do nothing about it, you'll be in trouble for me. You're not going to come back, acting all weak and that.
You're not. The thing is, that's not condoning fighting. That's condoning sticking up for yourself and defending yourself. 100%. Because in this day and age, if you don't defend yourself, people will just walk all over you.
100%. If it's petty things, like I said to Tiago now, because they're so young, innit? I'll just say, do you know what? Anything happens in the school, just go and tell the teacher, innit? Because they're so little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But obviously, if anyone comes up to you and tries to like is fighting you or stick up for yourself.
Sienna is the person that is guaranteed to defend herself. She's not gonna just defend herself. She'll defend her teammates. There was a time when her teammate was absolutely getting beat up on the pitch. She was on the floor and the girl was standing over her and she was just throwing punches. Do you remember that game?
I remember it. Can you believe
She was just throwing punches and punches and punches.
Mad. People can't believe it.
No one's there trying to intervene. Sienna's at the other end of the pitch and all I see is like a rocket at the corner of my eye because I can't even get onto the pitch to try and stop. The coaches are there and I see Sienna fly and she just uses her body and she does that and she boxes into the girl with her body and the girl falls onto the floor. Then all of a sudden their coach decides to step into gear and literally jumps on the girl and stops her. That was insane.
I remember it.
But she's that kind of person that she would not stand by and watch an innocent person get hurt. Even if that person is probably not a friend of hers, she's always going to jump in and stop something.
Yeah.
Because that's just her nature.
Yeah, I know. The girls are bad, man. The girls are really bad. Like you rarely ever see that kind of stuff happen in the academy football.
I know, yeah.
I think I've participated in it twice, ever. Do you know what I'm saying? Ever. I'm thinking how many games we've been to.
Didn't something happen with Romelo? When we wasn't there or something? Or was we there?
I was there. Romelo.
I wasn't there.
I think he panicked.
Listen.
Melo's weak, man.
He's not weak. No. Don't say that. He's not weak. He's just not confrontational person.
No. At that age, Melo was weak.
He wasn't weak. No. He just never got himself into confrontation.
At 12 years old, Melo was weak. I tell you that straight. Obviously, people can grow up and get stronger as they get older. I'm not saying he's tough or anything, but people can man up in it as they get older. But at that age, Melo was very weak.
He never put himself in a situation of a fight.
Listen, I'll get to the point what I'm trying to make in a minute. I remember the time what you're talking about. I think it was something stupid. Basically, I think he panicked in it. So he ended up punching the boy on the pitch. And the boy foul crying on the floor and everything. But I think what he thought was going to happen is the boy was going to punch him after a bad tackle. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't condone it. Obviously, you got taken off the pitch.
Because it's so un-Melo-like.
Now. Do you know what I'm saying? But I remember a time, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, And do you remember it? Do you remember the time?
No.
Lorenzo was about 6, 7 years old. 6. He was only young, innit? This is just before the Texas Kid time. This is about 6, And we were at a football tournament, Melo's football tournament. I'm coaching it as well. And basically, Lorenzo's obviously he's always doing his own thing, playing football. All he ever did is play football. And obviously Melo must have just come off, he had a game, whatnot. And Lorenzo comes out crying. I was like, bro, what are you crying for? I'm already getting hyped up on that. My heart's beating fast. I know something's happened in it. And then basically, it's like, that boy just kicked me. But obviously, I looked at the boy. Boy's like 12, 13. So what? The boy, he just kicked you there. So man, look, the boy just kicked your brother and that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing. Not even going to confront the boy and nothing like that.
It's just not in his nature.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
I know.
But this is what I mean about, obviously, you can grow up and grow out of it. But at that age, he was not on anything like that. Everyone's
it's because he was never he was never even a kid you would like play fight with either. He was always on his games.
No, we didn't play fight.
No, didn't really play fight. So it's one of the ones where I think because he was never around violence or he never experienced.
It's not violence.
No, not violence. I mean, even just being roughhousing and stuff.
It's like even when you got cousins and that. Like, do you know what I mean? You got cousins, you'll play fight with your cousins. Like in school, when I'm in school at that age, we play fight like every day.
But he didn't have cousins his age.
I know, but even in school though, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's different, innit? Like it's normal for boys at like 12, 13, In the change rooms, everyone's throwing each other around and that. In the playground, we're playing wrestling and that. I don't know if kids still do that, but that's the difference. It toughens you up a bit. And if you weren't tough like that, and I'm not comparing, because he did go to a quite tough school, it was a great bar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I just don't think he was on that, because I remember that time when someone threatened him.
Oh,
as well. Man.
I feel like we've been moving. Thing is, believe it or not, we're still in the intro of this podcast. We ain't even speaking about the main thing.
I don't think we're going to get there. Come back for part 2.
I'm literally, but moving on again, but it's still sticking with Romelo. I'm sitting in the house and I get a phone call. It's just before school's finished. And it's Melo on the phone. And he's like, panicking on the phone and that. It's like basically, these kids have been messing with me all day or something. And so I threw him on the floor. And basically, now they're saying they're going to do something to me after the school or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I'm like, okay then. So obviously, I've just gone down to the school, innit? Obviously, you know what I'm saying? And he's walking back. Because, with them schools, it's like, I know how they are. I went to school like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What they'll do is like, they'll have a phone their cousin or something stupid, or they'll phone people to come up after the school if they can't do it themselves.
Yeah.
And then obviously you'll get rushed in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm thinking that can't happen. There's no way. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've gone down to the school and that now. And I see Mello. I'm like, who's it? Do you know what I'm saying? He's pointing the kid out and that. Because it just happens to be right there with that small little kid. I'm saying, stop causing problems. I just told him, innit?
Yeah.
Don't cause problems in that with the house.
Yeah.
We're not trashy people. Do you know what I'm saying? We come to school to learn and that. Do you know what I mean? We don't fight with you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I think because no one expects him to retaliate back, and I think he retaliated back because obviously he just had enough.
Yeah, but you got to
don't forget we was doing YouTube. YouTube was there at the time.
YouTube was there. We was doing YouTube.
So
at the time.
he was
I
known.
was saying to the kid, listen, we ain't got time for that stupidness, man. We want a good reputation. Do you know what I mean? We don't know problems. Don't be causing no problems when you come to school tomorrow. It's done. And that was it. It was left. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously confrontation for him. He doesn't.
Obviously, he never has.
That's not a bad
obviously,
thing, though.
the thing is, I actually do believe like if it come down to it and he had to defend himself, I feel like he would be able to defend himself.
If he comes down to it and he can't defend himself, I'll be very concerned because I think most people should be able to do that.
But it's like a fight or flight, isn't it? It's fight or you fight or you run off.
You don't look for it.
No, he never has.
None of our kids would look for it. No. Lorenzo wouldn't. Would he look for it? I don't know. No, he wouldn't look. I don't mean look for it, but I mean he can be a bit of a joker. Like what I'm saying is like, for example, he could be the geez that would mess around in school probably.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? And probably mess with a younger boy or a boy that's a bit smaller and throw him around and just as a joke, being boisterous. I think he's got that in him to do that.
You think? I don't know.
I do. Because he's strong-minded in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think with him though, he'd never
alpha male.
Yeah, he'd never come across as
he's not
like
a bully or anything.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, he's not
because
a bully.
He's a super friendly person.
He's a very person, but he's alpha male though.
Yeah.
He's a big character. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And boys do that. There's nothing wrong with that though.
No, I know.
Do you know what I'm saying? We used to do that all the time.
Romelo, I think Lorenzo grew up, his environment's been different. He's always been around a load of boys with different upbringings. So he's always been around like his boys that train and stuff. Yeah. Everyone's different. Not everyone, do you know what I mean?
When his teammates back in school, back when he was younger, they were all boisterous.
Yeah.
I used to be so strict at training, you know.
Yeah, I know.
In order to just keep them in line.
Yeah.
They were so... If you left them, they'd end up killing each other before the end of the thing. I'm not joking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He would never get involved in it.
The thing is, that would happen at academy. Remember, them times you used to see them. It would be like, okay, you're coming to the end of training and you'll see one bad tackle. You go, oh, here we go. Next, payback. Boom.
Bang. Yeah.
Next thing you know, payback. Boom. And that would go on until the coach would realise they'd let it happen though. The coach would let it happen because they have to let it happen. Yeah. And then when it got a little bit too touchy,
too much.
Then they put it in the bud. But other than that, he's always been around the environment where you have to be physically strong, mentally strong.
Problems some of them boys were though, man. Swear to God.
But so been through it really, innit?
Yeah, I know.
Football and stuff.
Yeah, football, the girls football's mad, man. But back onto the boys football, man. Do you know when Lorenzo's friends came the other day? Yeah. And they stopped over, we were speaking about earlier. Yeah. So obviously, they will speak. Some of them are going into digs, ain't they? Mm-hmm. So they're moving out of their house to go and live somewhere else to be closer to the training ground. Yes. I think Lorenzo wants to go. I think he wants to go.
Lorenzo thinks he wants to do it because I think he thinks that he'll enjoy it. But I know that he probably would for a short period of time. And once the honeymoon period's over, and he doesn't really enjoy the food or he can't have his own way and certain things, like he can't just watch his own TV or whatever, then he'd be like, nah, I'm good now. I think he would do it for a short period of time, like a week or so, but he'd miss home. He'd miss having all the things he usually has at home.
Yeah.
If in theory, you think it's going to be, you just have your own little room and you do whatever you want to do. It's not going to be like that.
That is it. But I think he wants to try it. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I'll ask him. I can't see him saying yeah. But even with that, it's like... Imagine Lorenzo moving out of his house now at this time.
I just don't think I could not trust him. I just don't feel. I wouldn't feel safe.
Yeah.
With him, he's like we always say, it's not just your typical average kid. I just don't think I'd feel safe with him being in someone else, in a different area to where we are. We know obviously we can prevent anything happening. You just don't know, and you can't. I know you can't lock him away, but I feel like he'd be able to have more access to do things that potentially wouldn't be the right things.
Yeah, I get that as well. 100%, man.
And obviously he's still a kid, so he's not saying he's very strong-minded. He's not easily swayed.
He's still a kid, though.
But he's still a kid.
He's still a kid.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it couldn't be influenced, but someone could probably have a little bit of an influence on him.
He couldn't be influenced, but
he wouldn't be like, if someone goes, oh, do this. He'd be like, yeah. But if someone would be like, after time, and he's seen someone else do it,
I'm
not about like vaping or anything. I'm not about like,
about that.
Oh, let's go here. We'll go here. You know, it's probably not meant to go there.
Probably.
And they went and come back. Oh, it's fine, and that no one went there. And they went and come back again. Nah, see, there was nobody there. I told you there's nobody there. Probably the third time we go, oh yeah, I'll come. And that the time he goes, so what happened?
Yeah, probably. Do you know, he's that strong-minded, yeah. Do you know the other day? Do you remember the other day?
No,
he's so annoying, this kid is, yeah. Lorenzo, yeah, doesn't like Coca-Cola, yeah. He's scared. I won't say scared to drink it. He won't even taste it. He won't even like try to drink it. Mm-hmm. But anything that looks like Coca-Cola, he won't try. No. So if you hand him some dandelion and burdock, I'm not drinking it. If I hand him a Dr. Pepper, nah.
If you handed him, he drinks Fanta or Tango. If you handed him Tango that looked brown,
he wouldn't drink it. Kid, I don't understand it. So anyway, the other day, yeah, I've got this Dr. Pepper. It says Dr. Pepper on it, but it's like a cherry version. Cherry version.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah. Cherry version of this Dr. Pepper, yeah. And I'm like, Bug, try this cherry aid. Yeah. He looks at it. Nah, it's not. It's Coke. What do you mean? It says Dr. Pepper for a start. And I said, Dr. Pepper's not the same as Coke. You know that, innit? Mm. Is it nah? It's exactly the same. I said, no, it's not. They're not the same drink. He's like, nah, are you trying to tell me Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper are not the same? I said, Bog, we'll Google it now then, yeah. I Google it. Obviously, Dr. Pepper and Coke are not the same thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's okay then. Look, this is a cherry version. This one is literally cherry aid. Do you like cherries? Yeah, I like cherries. Okay, then drink the drink then. Would the boy drink the drink?
Nope.
Do you know how much it took for him to sip that drink? It was so annoying, yeah. I couldn't let it go, you know. Literally, I couldn't let it go. We kept speaking about it for 80. It took like 15, 20 minutes, yeah, before he even sipped the drink. And then he said he didn't like it. Crazy. I swear. So that's how you know, yeah, you couldn't get him to do something you don't want to do.
No, I know, yeah.
You know what I know. You couldn't get him to do something like vaping or smoking or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? Nah, he would not do it, man.
On principle, he wouldn't do it.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
You wouldn't do it.
And if the more you try and force him, the worse chance you've got.
Yeah.
It's like you're making it worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he turned around to us and said, what about if I buy a place?
Yeah.
And me and my friends moved in.
Yeah, he did say this.
And Nathan was like, it's not a bad idea, but you have to have an adult in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what about Mello? I was like, actually, no, take that back because he's probably just as bad as them. That wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work. No way. But Lorenzo, obviously with Lorenzo, we have started to look actually, which is crazy because obviously he's 16, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's 17 next year. But he can't get a house until he's 18. Mm-hmm. You know that? So everything has to be done through us.
Us. You know
what I mean? So basically, we started to look at houses, apartments rather, for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we're getting prepared, but obviously when it actually happens, he's not going to be living in there though.
No.
It's to rent out and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? But I've got a feeling that when we do it, he's going to want to move up in there. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it just depends on where he buys it. I think he was under the impression if he buys something near training, obviously he's guaranteed to be there. Well, not guaranteed. He should be there for 2 years at least.
Yeah.
That he could either move in there or I don't know. So I said we're not going to rule it out. Yeah. So obviously, if he wants to buy somewhere and move closer or whatnot, then that is an option for him to do that. We'll think about it and we'll have a look.
No, we're definitely going to do it.
He's definitely buying somewhere.
Whether he's going to move in.
Whether he's going to move in or not. Whether he thinks he can or he wants to or he tries it and doesn't like it. Well, the bridge will have to cross.
Do you know what though? I looked the other day, I swear. I was on Rightmove, after a bit of a scroll in it. And I thought, okay then, because he's saying he wants to buy an apartment and whatnot, like a nice one. So I seen some apartments the other day, actually by the Birmingham City training ground.
Yeah.
Next door to the Birmingham City has 2 training grounds at the moment.
Yes.
They've got one called Epic, that's where the first team is. Mm-hmm. But then they've got the other one, which is the Nighthead Performance Centre. Yeah. That's where the academy trains. Okay. Yeah. I'm talking about the one next to Epic. Because we went there the other day because Lorenzo had to sign his scholarship forms and whatnot.
Yeah. It's
official. So he was there at the first team training ground. But we took the wrong right. So we took a turn too early before we got to the training ground. Mm-hmm. And we've seen basically they're building all these apartments and that.
Yeah.
And it was apartments already done. It's like a massive townhouse
complex,
converted into apartments. Yeah. So I thought to myself, do you know what? Imagine buying one of them. If you could use money to buy one of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, we looked into that.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Just imagine it. Buy that. Maybe you could rent it to some players and whatnot when that are there. That's perfect, isn't it?
Of course, yeah.
looked on Rightmove, yeah, I couldn't believe them. They wanted, yeah, I'm not joking, yeah, one of them was like almost £800,000 and it was like a 3-bedroom apartment. It was nice though.
Henley and Arden though.
It was nice, I'm telling you. Like the ceilings were high. Like obviously thinking everything inside was just open and that. It was really nice. But 800 grand though for an apartment.
I know.
How does anyone
London
ever
prices?
afford? Yeah,
that's not even London prices, but yeah,
well, it is.
It is.
Not obviously certain parts of London.
Yeah.
How does it like? How can anyone afford to buy anything now? How?
I've heard the mortgage prices are lowering, but I don't know if I think I heard there's going to be some incentive coming in soon. Like, but do you know have the incentive? Because I've seen loads of people saying that it's just easier just to rent, less commitment. They can a lot of people are up and moving.
That's the thing about renting now. That's the positive about renting. You're not tied into a location.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You can just up and
go. Do you know what I mean? You're not tied down at all.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, well, you don't have to keep a deposit to do it. You need a small deposit, but not a massive one.
Yeah.
Not 10% or something for a mortgage. Like, how is anyone doing it?
I don't know.
It is crazy.
It took us 2 years.
Took us 2 years, but we were lucky though. Not lucky. Like, do you know what it was? When we started this YouTube thing, like all the money that was coming in, but all the sponsored stuff, didn't touch it.
Yeah.
We mentioned this the other day.
Yeah.
Didn't touch it because we knew, obviously, thinking that there's going to come a time that we need to buy something big.
Our goal was just to save and buy a house, have something solid that we could go, okay, so we've earned all this money and we've got this that's still...
Yeah.
It's still here rather than just blow it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd moved, I don't know how many houses we lived in prior. How many? So many.
We moved around so much, renting.
We moved so much. We rented so many places.
Yeah.
The last place before this place, the rent was...
It was like £1,000 a month.
No, it was...
1,100.
1,250.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Okay, 1,200. Okay,
it was
sure?
2...
Yeah.
50. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So that's how much it was a month. And obviously, when we was looking into the mortgages and stuff, it was like, oh, we're literally paying mortgage price, like more than mortgage price.
Yeah, we're paying more than mortgage price.
And we obviously has to get our finances sorted out, whatever. And then we was looking, we had a mortgage in principle.
Yeah.
Original mortgage in principle, which we didn't end up using anyway. We went with somewhere else for our mortgage, which was a quarter of the price we was actually said. That was a long...
Do you know what? We almost got scammed, didn't we?
We did almost get scammed.
Basically, we were using this mortgage advisor and like, he was like asking for all this stuff. Fine, okay, then we'll see where this takes us.
Yeah.
Because he was advised by somebody else.
Yeah.
So actually, where we was renting the last place, the guy that was renting it to us, the estate agency, advised us this guy.
Yes.
So we thought, okay then, do you know what I mean? It's estate agency, we'll just see what he says, innit?
Yeah.
So anyways, he's asking for all this information and whatnot, it's fine. And then he tried to say basically that your credit wasn't good enough, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
But your credit was perfectly fine. But we thought, okay, what's wrong with your credit then?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Then he come with some mortgage rates and that. He tried to say because of your credit, the mortgage rates were way higher. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was like the mortgage rates were like 3 or 4 point something high. So basically what he was saying, for the money that we wanted, it was going to be like 3,000. Was it 2.5 or 3,000?
Basically, it was like 3% mortgage.
Yeah.
3%.
But how much was the monthly payments?
I can't remember.
I can't
remember. But it was expensive, real expensive.
It was insane.
So we thought, okay then, I'm not sure about this guy. So we went to see somebody else. Do you remember?
No, where we was buying this house from, they said, oh, being as we looked at it, we put like we put a bid on the house, and it was like, we have our own.
Too much. You guys do this. You are, because obviously I will speak about the bid in a minute, because basically, that did happen. Yeah. But you looked at this house. Yeah. Yeah. Before the bid, you came to view the house.
Because we were talking about the mortgage guy, obviously. The reason why we got the mortgage guy, because when we put a bid on this house, they had their own. They was like, do you want to have a sit down with him? It's free, whatever. He's a really good guy. If you want to offer, he'll have a look at yours. You can go with yours.
His name's Ashley.
His name's Ashley.
He's a cool guy as well.
He's got his own mortgage advisor company now. If we can put it somewhere or whatever, if we can, because he's a really good guy. And there was like, and we was like, okay, it doesn't hurt to just have a listen to see what he's got to say. And so we went in, and he was explaining. He's like, "Whoa, like the mortgage you've been thingies is quite high. Like, do you want me to have a look?" He's like, "It won't do anything to your already one that you've got ready. It won't do anything to your credit, because sometimes if you apply for more credit on credit, it can affect your credit."
Up and that.
He's like, "I can go straight to the underwriters or whatever and get like a proper." Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah, when he done it, I think it was like 1 point something percent.
1.2.
Like, basically, it was the lowest we could get it for.
Yeah.
Crazy. We put a big deposit down now. I think that helped as well.
We put a big deposit down because we wanted to put a big deposit down because we wanted to have as much equity in the property as we could. So we know that once we sell, we've got a big chunk still. But the way the money came, the way the monthly price came down, and he was like, that person was, and he was like, my credit was perfect. She said, I don't know where they've got that from. We had a phone call, didn't we? Or no, we had an email come through. Was it a phone call from the law?
It was like I don't know,
under like a governing body,
like FCA,
like a governing body,
Financial Conduct Authority. That's who it was. And they were like, "Oh, did you deal with this person in the past and whatnot?" I was like, yeah. It was like, "Oh, basically, thing he's been investigated and all this, asking for all this information, and basically, it was crazy."
It was
So he's some dodgy guy, man.
It was dodgy. So thank God we didn't end up going down that route.
I know. But my thing about this house is, I didn't even look at the house, before we put a bid in. I was on a job. Me and the friends, I was on a shoot.
We was all on a shoot. Disney. You had the thing at the indoor football place, the rodeo thing.
Yeah, and you carried on.
So I came with you. I was heavily pregnant with Marcella. No, I came. We all went as a whole
Disney
family to the Disney shoot. Right. I was 30-ish weeks pregnant with Marcelo, and obviously Tiago was still a small baby. So I turned around to Nathan and was like, someone had to stay on the shoot. And obviously Nathan stayed. He was like, you go. He set up it was like an open house for this house. You go. Here's the time. My mum came with me. We took Tiago with us and we turned up. It was like an open house thing, but you had to kind of wait your turn.
Yeah.
So we turn up, me and my mum, look outside the house. I was like, oh, it's nice. There's quite a few people waiting at the front of the house. There were some people who just turned up though and didn't book an appointment. And they were fuming that they couldn't get in. They was going, I was going to walk in. They went to walk in and the stage walked, excuse me, no. There's like a queue. Like if you want to look, you have to wait. The same people I'm talking about actually end up a chip shop around the corner.
Yeah, they bought a chip shop.
But there was actually really rude to the woman. I was like, it's just, there was like demanding, like we can come in now. Like we want to come and have a look. We might want to buy this place. One was like, but everyone else here might want to buy the place. Not the only people with money. Yeah. Anyway, so we wait our turn. The woman can see that I was pregnant. She's like, oh, as soon as we can get you in, we'll get you in. So don't worry about it. No rush. It's like, if you want though, you can go into the back garden. People are just looking up and down the back garden and we'll call you in. Perfect. So we walk around the side entrance into the back garden. There's a few people looking around and that. I was like, oh, it's nice. I'm trying to phone Nathan, but he's still on the shoot. I'm showing him around bits. He's like, oh, it looks really nice. So the woman calls us in and we have a look, walk around, look around. I'm like, yeah, it's nice. I'm hot, heavily pregnant. Tiago was being a bit fussy. My mum was trying to look after him and whatever. And then where are we? We're in the kitchen, right? And some woman walks in the back door and the estate agent was talking to us and she said, excuse me, love, there's a queue. You're going to have to go back around the front and wait for everybody else. And the woman looked a bit confused and she said, did you hear me? You can't come in. You have to wait. You have to go around back the front and I'll let you in when it's time. And then the woman went, oh no, it's my house. I live here. And the woman's face, God, she looked like all the colour went from her face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because the woman must have been waiting either next door, I think, with her husband while the villa was having the open house. But my mum was speaking to this woman prior, so my mum actually was speaking to the lady who owned the house before us. Yeah. Obviously, she was just like a beautiful house. Obviously, my daughter's having a look, pregnant, whatever. The woman was traumatized. So I phoned her. I was like, it's really nice, really, really nice. She's like, what do you think? I was like...
Yeah, then you FaceTimed me, I think, after
I FaceTimed you around.
I remember. And you was in the hallway.
Yeah.
And it looked so wide, the hallway.
Yeah.
Don't forget where we're coming from, innit?
Yeah. Thing is, our house we come from was quite big.
But that wasn't ours though. We rented the house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, she FaceTimed me and that. And I was like, put a bid in it straight away.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Without even seeing the thing.
So I sat in the car and I went back, back to you.
Yeah.
And then you was like, should you put a bid in? I said, put a bid in. So I phoned the estate agent and I'm like, I want to put a bid. She's like, oh yeah, okay, you can put a bid in. So I put a bid in of the price. And then we didn't hear anything. Remember?
I know.
And it wasn't until like a couple of days later, I was like, Nathan, we haven't heard anything. He's like, phone back. So I phoned back and I was like, oh yeah, it's gone to highest bid. So, but no one told us that our bid wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
She's gone, it's gone to the highest bid. So you put a last final bid in.
I think they've done us over there, you know.
You put a final bid in and if you win, you win.
They've done us down. They haven't it.
And I was like, well, what's the bid at? Oh, we can't tell you that because we have to try and get as much as we can for the people who live there. So if you want to put, just bid.
Just realising after
just bid what you can, what you're willing to pay for the house. She said that's how you should see it. She's gone, don't go over your budget. Just bid what you're willing to pay. And I was like, oh, so I phoned up and was undecided. We had an amount we wanted to pay. We weren't going to go over, but we didn't want to go there yet. So the one was like, it's the final bid, whatever. And I was like, oh God, we wanted the house, but we didn't want to overpay. So he was like, any chance you could let us know, kind of give us a hint. She said, well, what was you looking to put a bid in at? So I said the bid, and she's like, okay, leave it with me.
Yeah.
So obviously, then she said, it's between us
and
another family.
Yeah.
They put in the same bid as us, apparently.
Yeah.
Because we were cash buyers, cash buyers means it was our first mortgage. We weren't in no chain. We already
cash
had
buyers.
No,
we just wasn't in the chain.
No, but she said basically, as in your cash buyer, as in like
cash buyers.
No, you know what I mean. Like as
cash
in like
buyers means you're paying for the house cash.
Like no,
that's not what we were.
So okay, so
we weren't in the chain.
We were first time buyers. And we had an instant, so if we bought the house, we could instantly pay for it.
We didn't have to wait for our house to be sold.
In order to have our money freed up, basically. Yeah. So in a sense, it was kind of like we was a cash buyer.
It wasn't cash buyer.
Yeah, let me be.
Yeah.
And then she was like, and the woman actually remembers you because you were the pregnant one with your mum. She said your mum was a really nice lady.
Yeah.
She's gone, so they've decided to take your offer.
I don't believe.
On the house.
Yeah. We've done bad.
Nah, because we got this house for a lot.
The price, but obviously the prices have gone up like
the
crazy.
Price has gone up like insane, and that was just not long before lockdown. So obviously we bought this house in June.
Yeah.
We got the house. We got the keys in June or July.
June, July. Yeah.
And we had to. Yeah, it was July because we had like 6 weeks until Marcella was born.
Yeah.
So we had to literally get the whole house ripped out and redone. As quickly as possible.
Where you're going with that? Yeah.
So we had to get the kitchen ripped out, redone. All the rooms, bedrooms, we literally had the day we got the keys, we had things being delivered. Yeah. I think even before we got the keys, we had our washing machine, tumble dryer, dish, everything we moved.
Yeah.
Here.
No, we didn't.
We did. Got it put into the garage. The lady let us put it into the garage, remember?
Didn't she?
But yeah, so we literally came and measured up. We couldn't believe it. I remember getting the keys like the other day. We literally drove to the estate agents and got the keys, drove down.
It all seems like a blur though.
We opened the door. We got it on footage.
Yeah,
we opened the door. We walked in. And every time we'd been prior, there was somebody in there, like the people who lived in the house. And we walked in and we just stood there for a minute. It was like, this is our house.
I know, it's mad.
Like you could knock that wall down if it was a stud wall. And no one can't turn around. You don't have to ask for permission for anything.
To do anything. That's the thing about buying when you own your house, innit? Obviously, if you care about that kind of thing, it's yours, innit?
But then also...
Well, it's technically not yours because it belongs to the bank unless you bought it cash.
Yeah.
But it's yours.
It's yours.
You know what I mean?
But... Then also the headaches come where if you need a new boiler, you can't go, excuse me, landlord.
Yeah.
Boiler's gone.
Broke down.
You have to go, no, excuse me, British Gas, we need a new boiler. That's £24,000. Or you need a new electrics or everything falls on you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like you forget that, not you forget, but you kind of can be like delusional to think, go to our house, but then anything happens. Like even the sewage is under your house. Like if it ain't on the main road, with a 7 Trent only, this underneath us, if that goes for the whole street,
I know,
on us. Like you little things and all the insurances that you need and all that stuff.
I know.
But it's we've been here for 6 years.
Do you know it's done because I didn't expect we weren't supposed to be here for this long.
Nope.
We should have moved ages ago.
So we said 2 to 3 years and we wanted to move.
Yeah.
It was like because obviously this is the first house we've brought. It was meant to be like not a start home because this is somebody's forever home. It's a big house. We're not saying we want to, but for us it was like our starter place. We'll move here, and then we've always wanted land. Like surrounding us.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that now.
Hey, because I am. I want sheep and pigs and
goats. I thought you meant
and...
land to build something.
No, not build.
Yeah,
past that stage.
I do want to move house now, though. If I'm being honest,
you ready?
I'm ready to move house now, 100%. I really am.
I'm ready to move area.
Yeah,
I want something new.
I know, but it's hard with the kids with school and that, innit?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's tied down, man.
Yeah, tied down with the school because we wouldn't want to move the boys because they love it there. We love them there. Lorenzo obviously is tied for Birmingham for another 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we do want to move.
And Melo, do you know what the thing? People keep asking, like, where's Melo as well?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the whole plan is I've already started looking to move house.
Yeah.
And your mum and Melo are supposed to move in with us.
Yeah, so the house that we got next is going to have some way of having an annex or somewhere to potentially, or enough rooms in the house.
That would be
preferably an annex for my mum because obviously I prefer to her to have her own space. But the whole point is to eventually get a place big enough for us to have obviously our kids. Melo move back in if he wants to, or he'll probably have his own place by then. Or my mum for her to obviously as she gets older. Come and be with us in the house and then potentially having enough outside space to put some tiny homes.
Tiny homes.
For like the kids.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Or having a space to potentially have like their own.
I wonder if people that
houses.
listen to this, if you had the choice with your family and you had loads of land.
Compound.
And you had whatever amount of money to build houses, would you want to live on the same street? Like, say, for example, if you got like your kids.
A compound, like a family compound.
Yeah. But I'm just explaining it. You know what I mean? Would you want to live on the same street as like your son and daughter and with their families as well? Or would you just want them to like be somewhere else? But I would love to know. I wouldn't mind doing it. But I don't know if everyone thinks like how we think now.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Like if you could have a street and your brother and your kids and like any family members that you're close to and that would all live like, oh, Fingy lives there. I feel like that would be such a nice way of growing up. And then their kids and their kids would all grow up family together and you could always just go down there to your nan or, I mean.
Yeah, no, sure.
For me, I feel I like that. Like I'd hate to move somewhere and have no family in close reach.
I know. I could do that now if I'm being honest. For me, not my kids.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, say, for example, I could move to America now. Could you?
I could.
Yeah.
But obviously, leaving like my mom and I say not my brothers because obviously my nieces and nephews and stuff like that, knowing that obviously it's going to take a bit of effort.
Niece and nephew, really? So you'd
not like that. I mean, like
no,
you know when you think of like your family, you're always.
How are we talking about Miami or something here?
I mean, like for the kids to see their siblings. I mean, like for our kids to grow up around their family. Do you know what I mean?
They can go and get some new friends in America.
I don't know.
I would do it. Obviously, for me, I ain't got no ties. I've got my two brothers, big old men with their own families, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Obviously, my mom's not here, my dad's not here. I could just dig up, but it's different for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have that.
I think my mum would either should have to come.
Yeah.
Or I think I think it would have probably affected her more than me, obviously, because she's really close to the grandkids.
100%. You couldn't just dig up and leave.
So she'd be like, wrong. I don't know how she wouldn't go without seeing the grandkids, even though she has other grandkids. But obviously, I'm her only daughter. I'm quite, do you know what I mean? If
you had to pick one place, and that's for guys in the comment section as well, if you had to pick one place other than the country you're in, or city, where would you pick in the world? It could be anywhere in the world, yeah. Where would you want to go?
I don't think I know enough places or know what the places are like to say that.
No, from what you've seen.
Oh, Montserrat.
You're not welcome in Montserrat.
Who says?
You know what I mean? I said. Oh, yeah.
You ain't even freaking been there yourself?
No, I haven't been there. Why would you want to live there though? No, nothing wrong with Montserrat. I'm not going to say that. It's very, very
secluded,
slow and secluded.
Yeah. See, I have watched and seen loads of videos. You asked me, let me explain, right? So I have watched and seen, obviously, since I've been with you, and I know obviously your family are from Montserrat.
Yeah.
I followed loads of pages before and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Because I know it's a super small place, right?
Yeah, but why would you want to live there?
Because
from where you're coming from?
From what I have seen, right, it is so beautiful.
Yeah, but there's millions of beautiful places.
Everybody knows each other. It's a community. Everyone's friendly. You can walk from one side to the other. It's beautiful looking. It's like fresh living. It's like if you wanted to go off grid, right, and you wanted to be homestead and you wanted to grow your own vegetables and live off the land, that is a place where you could go and it's just the norm to do that.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
They have nice festivals and it's close to other little islands. You can just go on a little water boat and yeah, man, I'd settle there.
You wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't. You couldn't do it.
I'd be happy.
You couldn't do it 100%.
They just need to build a Zara's and a H&M for me.
That's what I mean.
I'll be
it's
all right.
too different to what you used to. You're always saying it, but you couldn't do it.
In theory, that's where I would want to go. Somewhere hot. Yeah. Somewhere hot. Somewhere with beautiful beaches. Somewhere where there's not, and also there's hardly any crime there.
There's no crime there.
You could leave your door open. You could send your kids to the shop, and you could walk. There,
you can do that in Dubai though. There's no crime.
But
minimal crime in Dubai. You can leave your door open.
Yeah, but the thing is, with differences.
And there's Zara's.
Yeah, but the difference is with Dubai. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Other people come into Dubai.
So?
Not all have good intentions.
Sorry,
so even though Dubai itself has all these good rules and these laws and stuff that make you feel super safe, because it's super safe. Okay,
so when there's a festival on Montserrat Island and it's St. Patrick's Day and you got all these people coming from these other islands, from Ireland and England and whatnot, you're trying to tell me crime can't happen then?
No, but you look on the stats and statistics, crime don't happen during that either.
But it doesn't really happen. It doesn't happen that much in Dubai either, that's what I'm saying.
But Dubai, it's like muggy, ain't it? There, it's like I just seen someone who I follow on Instagram, and she goes there quite often. She just come back, and she said it's the first time she's been and come back. She said it's full of mosquitoes. She said it was like hot, humid.
I can imagine full of mosquitoes in Montserrat as well, though.
Hot, humid. No, but what she's going from, obviously, because they kind of go like every year to Dubai.
Oh, okay.
And so this time it was like really hot and humid. I don't know the time of the year, it's different, whatever.
Yeah.
I would go to Dubai. I just don't know if I could live there.
No, fair enough.
I feel like it's a very kind of like fast influenced kind of like you need to be either making loads of money to live good, and then I feel like you're always you're not always chasing, because you always see people with nice things and there's big houses and you want more and more and more, and
it's like living in New York or something.
It's like very luxury, but you have to, in order to enjoy the luxury, you have to be able to afford the luxury. You know what I mean? And I heard that the cost of living to live there is kind of high. Same thing again, like Australia. Do you know what I mean? Like they have such a chilled, relaxed kind of lifestyle. Or like Hawaii, I told you about Hawaii, innit?
Yeah.
Hawaii, like if the shop is finished and it's empty, they just close. Like that's the kind of vibe that I would, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'd go in the garden, just pick off a mango and just...
Okay. Mango's growing more than one country now.
No, I know that. But he wants to go like, he'd be like Miami or them kind of places, innit?
If I could click my fingers...
But it's like after a while, and then you're just living there, and the thing is worn off, the glamour and that. Oh, it's Miami and all things to go.
I didn't say Miami. I said Beverly Hills. I'm talking LA.
Yeah, but you're gonna stay in that little part. Yeah, but you're just gonna stay there.
That I like though, I'll go and watch Lakers playing that.
Yeah, you're just doing it for basketball.
Do you know what I mean? The different types of food, I'm gonna say the quality of food there. It
only take him one time to drive somewhere and get pulled over by the police and be harassed and act funny because he's black, and he's like, we're getting out of here.
No.
We're digging up. We're going.
Do you know
that's what would happen?
You think that happens really though?
That would happen to you. It would happen to you on the first day we got there. The first day we got there, that would happen to you.
But the ones when it happens, it's always amplified. That's the ones you see on the internet.
Well, I've seen it.
Do you know what I mean?
Many a times.
My cousin lives in Florida.
Yeah.
You know he does?
Yeah.
He says it never happens. Very, very, very rarely. And then when it does happen, it's they're the ones that are blown up on the internet.
I don't like the gun thing.
I don't like the gun thing.
For me, that's just like, I just can't, because you cannot control it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. UK, there's guns everywhere. But because it's not legally allowed to walk with a pistol, the chances are people are going to have it illegally. It's going to be done illegally or whatever. It's in their little group or whatever.
Yes.
But because any Tom, Dick and Harry can walk down the street with a gun on them if they've got a license or in their car. And you can self-defense yourself by shooting somebody in the bloody head. Like in that shop where that boy shot the man because a man accosted his mom or whatever. And it's just like, even though the mom caused it, Lord, there's too much.
There's loads of things. But on that note, it's been a different podcast today.
Because it hasn't been like a core topic today.
Not really a core topic. I know, yeah. Because
it's always like, this happened to our family or this happened.
Yeah.
But I feel like we start the podcast.
Yeah.
By the time half an hour in, that's when we get to the story.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
People will time out. By the way, it starts at 30 minutes. But just a different one, as in like we just talked on different topics today.
Yes.
There's not been a solid one.
Yes, but there will be in the next one. And the next one we actually have a family on.
Yeah.
Different family, not our family. All right.
Or are they our family?
Make sure you stay tuned. Check us out on Spotify as well.
Yes.
I ain't going to forget that. Check us out on Spotify.
We haven't plugged apart from the night plus 2 earlier.
I know. And give us that 5-star rating if you think it's
5
deserved.
stars.
You know
it is doing really well though, the Spotify. I don't want to keep hyping up and bragging it up, but it is doing really, really well. So we enjoy the fact that you guys like to listen to us as well. Yes. Obviously you watch, but then obviously people listen. So
Yes, and we have been getting back to people in the comment section as well.
Yes, we have. We have.
Do you know what I mean? Replying to them comments and that. Have you got some pending?
We have to.
That's the thing. Have you got any ready though?
I haven't got any ready.
Slacking off, man. That's what I mean.
Bird. Where's your phone?
10 weeks in. My phone. You know, if I pick my phone up now, that screen goes off.
Yeah.
Another thing that's annoying me as I've just turned around is how that's dimmed. Why is it dimmed?
But I think it's the same on there anyway. I think it's the same. Sorry guys, let me quickly get it up.
My gosh.
So the last podcast video, the comments we have, let me not play the video.
What are you doing? Slacking big time here, man.
Bird.
Now the comments have been coming in strong though. And I always say this every single podcast. It's the meaningful comments, man. Not the stupid comments. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we got one here. Praise God. I'm very happy to hear Sarah will be okay. May God continue to bless you and your family. Thank you for brightening up our day with your enthusiastic selves. Enthusiastic. We are enthusiastic.
Thank you.
That was from Loving Life. And then we also have this has genuinely been the most emotionally invested in a podcast I've ever watched. Very good storytellers.
Oh, do you know what? The crazy thing is, I actually watch this back and listen back sometimes,
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it like I listened to it for the first time.
I know, I do that.
That don't make sense.
I watch it and I laugh or giggle at points that I think are funny when I'm laughing and giggling myself on here.
Yeah, it's crazy, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. So love watching this podcast. It never gets boring. So glad you guys are enjoying it as much as we're enjoying doing it.
Thank you very much, guys.
We appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
And then we got someone put 30 minutes. This is the topic of where Sarah starts. Thank you.
The thing is, though, without the initial talk before it, then obviously the video already been, what?
An hour.
30, 40 minutes long.
No, it will be
so you're getting more in it.
You're getting extra. Yeah, so we get the thumbs up and the subscribes. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it to your family and friends who you think would also enjoy what we do over here on Family Circle Podcast. But yes, without further ado, we should catch you
in the next video.
Next video with our guests.
Yes.
Bye.
In a bit, guys.